I've noticed more foreign flags were visible than American. Is that counterintuitive? That's a question columnist Gustavo Arellano contemplates in his new column in the LA Times. Why waving the Mexican flag at immigration rallies is not wrong. Gustavo now joins me live. Good to have you. So tell us, why isn't it wrong? I mean, these protesters are fighting for either themselves or someone else to stay here in the U.S. Why is waving a Mexican flag not counterintuitive and not wrong?
Because when you have a society that wraps itself in the stars and stripes and calls your family members and yourself aliens, invaders, and those are the nice things, you're going to wrap yourself in any sort of pride that you have. And for many of these, not just the Mexican flag, although I'll get to the Mexican flag specifically in a little bit, but also the flags of El Salvador, the Venezuela, Latin America, any country that has at least ancestrally said, like, hey, you're part of us, you're cool. Trust me, I wish it was all American flags, but we're not at that moment, and we haven't sadly been at that moment in 30-some years. But blame the conservatives who have hijacked the flag and made it into a symbol of menace for especially undocumented folks and their children. Well,
just to, follow up with that, don't you sort of catch more flies with honey, though? I mean, if it's right, I mean, if you're trying to win over those on the right, the conservatives, why not fly red, white, and blue?
I agree with you, and I say that in my column. Like, I wish all those kids and everyone would look like Uncle Sam and Lady Liberty and wave the American flag. But look, we tried this, or folks tried this in 2006. And this is an issue, by the way, that's been going on in Southern California now for over 30 years, ever since Prop 187 protest, where you had moderate Latinos, and not even moderate, even liberal Latinos saying, kids, don't wave that Mexican flag, wave the American flag. Same thing happened in 2006, same thing's happening right now. But look, you could have a legal immigrant singing the Star-Spangled Banner in front of, or rather, the Star-Spangled Banner in front of, in the Smithsonian. And there's people who'll still call them invaders. You could be the nicest, most American, at least visually possible, and people are still going to hate you. Again, I don't agree with it, but I'm just calling the facts.
Well, you singled out the Mexican flag in your first answer, so making a point versus El Salvador, for instance, or Venezuelan. What was your point?
To ask the average American, describe to me the flag of El Salvador. They have no idea. Nicaragua, Venezuela now, yeah, yellow. But Mexico, the flag of Mexico just enrages people. It's been enraging Americans for what now, 175 years? And I get it. It's our neighbor to the south. We have engaged in what? 2 official wars, a lot of unofficial wars. Now we have tariff wars. Now we have all sorts of stuff. So it's if I never see people getting so angry at protests if someone's waving the Irish flag or the Italian flag. And this is, by the way, not just for immigration protests, but anywhere. But you wave that Mexican flag, oh my God, people get angry. You could have a group of the same people who are criticizing students for waving the Mexican flag. I guarantee you they would not criticize folks for waving the Confederate flag. And by the way, the Confederate flag, it's American history. It's also President's history. Here comes Alex. I can hear him raring to go.
Yeah, I can hear him too. I'm sure everyone at home can hear him. Yes,
that'll be another one. It's me and you,
want to get a 3
right
box. Yeah, he wants a 3 box.
No.
So the flag is one thing, and we were covering these, Alex and I, on Monday out there live when it was more rambunctious of a crowd. And there was one section that had their instruments and they were playing music, and it was more jovial. But then as the sun set, then it got a little bit more dangerous. You saw items being thrown at officers. You saw the street takeovers. Of course, over the weekend, there was a freeway takeover, which LAPD put a stop to. What do you make of that behavior?
Oh, my God. No one in Southern California likes that. You want your cause to not have any sympathy? Do that. Same thing happened with folks who have, Armenian American activists who were protesting what's going on in Armenia and Azerbaijan. When they took over the 110, so many people got upset. People don't care about that issue anymore, and I think it's sad. So, and then throwing stuff at police. I'm coming out with a column tomorrow about the vandalizing of the Italian American Museum of Los Angeles. What a sad irony that you have these students who are protesting for immigrant rights today are vandalizing a monument, a center that celebrates the immigrants of the past. And even sadder is that the kids don't even know what was going on there. But I'll save that columna for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll look forward to that. And we did cover that issue last night. And part of the vandalism, it said Viva Mexico on the building as well. So, all right, we'll look forward to your column in the LA Times. He is columnist Gustavo Arellano. Thank you so much.
Gracias as always.
All right.